G'day, this is Captainoob, and this is a bloodied plasma pistol. Emphasis on the pistol, that's a little bit important. We'll talk about that in a second, but I've got plus 33% VATS hit chance on that, which normally is, I think, a very overlooked legendary effect, but I think that might actually provide the consistency we need for this weapon to be really good at VATS headshots to increase our damage output by a significant amount. So hopefully that'll actually be good. We'll get some use out of that. We've also got, for the third effect, VATS criticals feeling 50% faster. Not super useful on me because my build is built to get a critical every other shot. So with that in mind, well, that's kind of a dummy thing. But if you don't have a build with insane luck like I do, that actually might be a little bit more useful. We've got a calibrated capacitor to double down on the criticals that we're going to be getting. So VATS is a must for this thing. Although it does have a decently high rate of fire to, you know, make this thing actually decent without using VATS. But the thing about this, and not like the 10mm sub, is it's got a reflex sight, so we can actually optimize this a little bit better for VATS usage. So whilst we don't have any of the defensive perks that we'd get out of the agility tree because we're using a pistol, and this is what I'm talking about. If I wanted to wring every last drop of performance out of this, I'd give this to Winter, give it some sort of... the super mutants are shooting my house again. That's very distracting. But yes, I'd chuck a rifle stock on it and use it as a commando build, but I want to see if we can make a weapon other than a 10mm pistol perform well. So yes, we've also got a bruising grip that'll increase our range, our accuracy a little bit, and a reflex sight. I spoke about that. 25 and 24 if we chuck on some of these perks. You note how I don't have sneak in there. We've still got escape artist if the heat gets too much, but we'll be looking for the gun to get us out of sticky situations. We've got Grim Reaper Sprint at rank 3, so 35% chance to restore action points, so we can keep on critting, keep on shooting faster. Better criticals, and we've got Critical Savvy to keep the criticals doing more damage and to keep them coming more regularly. Serendipity is taken, we'll just put that on the back burner, but Ricochet, because we're going to get shot by, you know, things, the automatic rifles, it's going to eat our health, so, you know, a chance to block that out, and a little bit of chance here, so not going too badly. We're going full attack mode here, and less on the defense. A couple of things. We've got Tank Killer, helps out with pistols. Crack Shot, when we aim down sights, if we want to reach out a little bit, will help us retain the damage over sight. And Concentrated Fire for using VATS. My house is getting pummeled right now. I'll be back in a second. These super mutants have got to die. They're getting 42 and 38 without Nerd Rage going. Okay, now we're at Nerd Rage, and we'll see what kind of damage bonus we get out of that. We're doing 86 and 74, which is a significant upgrade, yes. Hopefully we've got enough attack power here to not have to worry about dying all the time, but I think these super mutants are going to be tough, so we might have to play a little bit cautious. Behind cover, maybe. Okay, so here we are outside of the Advent Black side, and apparently they've been doing some crazy experiments to people. There's a lot of messed up shit going on here, so they're going to go sort them out. And one of the experiments apparently is turning people green and all Shrek-like. We may as well use this squad concealment to my advantage here, because I won't be hidden forever. That was the wrong target, but managed to nail the dude anyway. I was about to refer to him as something else. And if we see a lot of, I guess, piles of goo by the end of this video, we know that we've succeeded quite well. Now, the Doggers of Death, they're pissed off at me again, but I can end them pretty quickly. Yeah, so far so good. No damage taken, which is excellent. So, yeah, it looks like the 33 VATS is... well, it's making it remarkably consistent, so if you are looking to run a 10mm SMG or something to that effect where, you know, missing shots is catastrophically bad for you, you might want to consider trying this. And I guess for any sort of VATS-based weapon where you want to use it constantly, it's going to be a constant, you know, good thing to have. And we're concealed again, very nice. We must have the Black Ops rep. Yes, I'm playing XCOM right now, so, you know, a little bit more enthusiastic about doing this, because the quicker I get this recorded, the quicker I can go and play XCOM. It's almost XCOM season. It's going to be great. Come on, doggo. There you are. Taking some unnecessary rads here. Alright, now we'll go inside. Alright, let's think spatially about where we're going and what kind of sight lines we're open to, because around here is pretty safe. The worst thing that could happen is being ambushed by doggos, but we're still hidden because, well, we've got no sneak perks. We've got a bunch of agility, and we'll just keep on scanning with VATS. There's one. get the drop on him. We saw another one over there. He's gone over there. 95% chance to hit him in the face, and we utilize that and drop him very quickly even. And this is exactly what I wanted out of this. I can lock onto the head, do a ton of extra damage with it, and yes, apparently Murmur's given me something good. God roll, maybe? Perhaps not. I think, you know, versatility-wise, it's a little bit more usable than something like a plasma flamer at range, at least, because if I was using a plasma flamer, I'd have to be right up close and personal. So for survivability's sake, I think this is a slightly better off option. We do have only one rank in gun through. I would have all 3 ranks if I had the agility points available. Tell you what, an extra 6 would be nice if they did the old unarmed thing to guerrilla weapons, because if you chuck them in perception, well, pistols are inferior to rifles anyway. Oh, of course. Bit of meta commentary and another dog to kill. Yeah, they're very annoying. And that was the first, was that the first instance of, what's it called? The far-flung firework happening? I can't believe the dog get me. It's so annoying. They're the most annoying things, especially when you've got explosive weapons. Look, he's just standing there, sitting on Overwatch, the dog. I mean, quite literally. There's another one. Take him out. Didn't realize we'd get to gun through the next guy. That's alright. I think I spot another 2 down there. Only because of the compass, mind you, I couldn't actually see them. Maybe I need to increase the brightness of this monitor. Alright, so that guy apparently decided to hit me despite I was being on top of the goo piles. That's a minigun, so he needs to go down as quickly as possible. And we're back into concealment. Nice. Apparently not, though. We kind of blew our cover quite easily there. But yeah, the good thing about being able to get a time to kill like this on things is if they don't notice you, you're gonna drop them in 2 to 3 shots, and that's very quick because of our high rate of fire. And that far-flung firework actually did nothing, and you all saw that it did nothing. So yeah, it's pretty good. It's actually been pretty good so far. The only reason that I've died with it is because the doggo was fucking sitting there and camping out. Yeah, I'd actually rather be chased because they're a little bit more predictable then, but no, you just go near them and bite ya. Oh, there's like 1 billion damage in that. You're dead. See ya. Thanks, Serendipity. Okay, so we're currently under Nerd Rage with our rads. I mean, over Nerd Rage, but under with our health, and that might actually help me out a little bit. So what I'm going to do is not run in super aggressively. I'll try to hold them here maybe, wait for them all to get up, and then just start gun-fooing them, and then have a decent plan of escape, like go out here. Are they all dead already? Well, there you go. See, I'm applying a little bit of a caution here, you see. I kind of just ran in with Winter expecting to come out on top, but I've learned from my mistakes, and, you know, that's why we're using Grim Reaper Sprint today. Whilst they're all jumping down from their little holes in the ceiling, we'll just quickly pop a reload and then kill them like that. So even without utilizing sneaking and all of the inherent damage bonuses... Oh, here come the boys. And damage over time kills me. Yeah, great game design. Thanks, Bethesda. T-posing mole miner. Well, that deer's just kind of skidding on the spot, so we'll finish that thing off. And looks like we've pulled a lot of the ghouls from here, so, you know, they did find out and hear me. That's a little bit alarming. We'll just back off a little bit, wait for the fat one to come around the corner. Oh, I'm being baited in here. This is risky. Oh, he's just standing there. Menacingly, I might add, but, you know, if I had a plasma flame, it probably would have gotten hit in if I stood close enough, because they kind of launch themselves at you. But, you know, we kind of went in there, and honestly, at that range, I probably would have been better off with a plasma flamer, but, you know, we did alright. Unfortunately, damage over time killed us. I didn't bank on that being such a pain, but I really should. Okay, now to test the accuracy and consistency of this at much more medium ranges, and... Really? Yeah, right. That's good. That's really, really good. 33 VATS doing well. Must be a multiplier, right? Because that's the only reason. anything that's a multiplier is good, unless it's like a damage over time multiplier. That one can go root itself, so to speak. Now, Swan's down here. We've got a bit of adrenaline to engage him with, but first of all, let's see where we can go. Now, he's not actually facing us to figure it out. There we go. So, kind of back here is where the threshold is, which is ages away. At that kind of range, if you're shooting a loud weapon, they're not going to notice you in a hurry. So, you know, you kind of can get away with the lack of suppressor. Speaking of suppressor, look at that. Gauss rifle, pick that up. That's good caps. Okay, now for the crabs. And this should be good, because I've just knocked off a king with exceptionally little effort there, which is, you know, credit to the weapon. Pretty good. We're just losing all the locks here, and I think he's sitting behind some sort of, you know, the grass obscures VATS a bit, so we couldn't really utilize concentrated fire to its greatest, but that's okay. This thing being loud and proud means everything is going to draw out to us, and we can just kind of sit back at medium range and knock them off. Now I need to throw the sacrificial grenade, and we're going for the spout on this. And no more huck and loogies for you, Miss Queen. Did it with one shot to spare. And we'll finish you off in the face. Wait, no, that's not a sexual thing. Don't read into that. Now, I have been using this weapon basically all video for actually in VATS, which is, you know, like an aimbot, but I think it's important to mention that yeah, these things being energy weapons and aren't hit scans, so the projectiles are pretty quick, but you will have to lead targets, and especially targets that are that far away, they're going to be impossible to hit. Not that the hit scan bullets will actually get there anyway, but wait till he's nice and close, and then open up. He gets a little bit closer, we get less of a range penalty, and he gets dropped. I'm going to do a stim pack because I'm going to get shot randomly here. I'll go into danger eventually, so I'll just prevent me going through another screen. And with just less than one mag, they scorch beast there. So, yeah, this thing is actually doing well. You know, the trouble with a lot of these weapons is consistency, and you've brought the consistency with the VATS thing here, and it's doing really well, really well. We've used about 600 plasma cartridges here. So, you know, feeding this thing is going to be a huge pain unless you've got ammo factory, which, you know, why wouldn't you? It's less grind, right? Unless you're going for a full sort of min-max setup. But it's a shockingly good perk for, you know, no damage bonuses out of it, because you can just get so much out of it. I wouldn't fault anyone for, you know, grabbing a, we'll rank at that first, that's for sure. Just look at the range I'm able to ding these people in the head from. It's so good. It's so strong, and, you know, no sneak perks. Again, loud and proud weapon, yet remaining in hidden and caution, because these guys, they're dead before they even realize what's going on here. So, you know, a little bit of stealth edge to this, you can still utilize it. Alright. All of the previous Scorch Beasts have been, you know, super far away, and, well, that one, no problem whatsoever. So, yeah. Yeah, granted, we're not getting massive damage bonuses out of fire rate for, you know, DPS or crit damage to double down even more on those crits. I think the consistency of this thing makes it an incredibly good mobbing weapon that, you know, don't underestimate this thing. I didn't think it'd be this good, but wowee, this thing actually crushed, and it would have done even better on Winter. I probably wouldn't have even died at all because of all of that extra bonus agility points for the defensive perks, but yes. She's done really well. If you'd like to see this thing in your game, go ask Murmur for it. I got one. I didn't ask for it directly, but it just happened to pop in when I shoved script in her face, so that's helpful. If you are desperate to see this thing in your game, like if you want this particular weapon, I might be convinced to let it go for trading, but I think I'm going to get quite attached to this thing now. It's actually blown my expectations. There you go. Thank you very much for watching, guys.